Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Hey, what's up, Armadius and Steven? Nice touch with the hat. Hey, thank you. Ha! Let's see. Give me a sec. Oh. Oh, I'm good, by the way. Kind of prepping myself, warming myself up before I start making the my Lark Scene banner advice video. I was originally gonna do it now, but then I was like, and then do this stream later. But I'm like, you know what? I kind of feel like doing the stream now, so I'm thinking, why not? But at the very least, the goal of today's stream, well, it's more like something I'm trying to do on the side, and I figure I stream it, if anything. But one of the things that I am trying to research in the meantime, or today, whatever, just in general, is I want to try and see if there's any possible way. Can't stay. Yeah, exactly. I can't stay away from you, guys. Too attractive. Y'all too pretty. I can't keep my eyes off you. But essentially, like, my goal for today, or at least in general, is to see if I can somehow make a beginner setup, if possible, that can beat stage 13 of Lark Scene. That's the goal. Okay. Now, after saying that, chances are some of you might have already thought of, oh, well, that's easy. You can just turtle it. Okay, but here's the thing, though. Most beginner players are not going to have pretty much any of the turtle medals. Most of the turtle medals, okay? They're definitely not going to have Demix Plus. They're not going to have any of the past Organization 13 medals. They're not going to have Mrs. Incredible. They're not going to have Violet. So it's like, turtling is not an option for a bunch of new players. This is the type of research that I tend to do on my own, and it's because of the fact that, like, how much time it takes to actually research this type of stuff. That is why I might take a while on my videos, or is also a large reason why I never. Oops. Okay, it's also a large reason why where is it? It's also a large reason why I don't really post guide videos as often, because I actually like to research as, like, to the T as possible, to see, like, what is the absolute minimum that you need in order to... Are you working now? What is the absolute minimum that you need in order to, like, get through the event and stuff? So, and I had done this. I had done this beforehand. Oh, okay, now it's working. I had done this beforehand with Lexius Plus, when Lexius Plus came out and such. And that was like a 30-minute video. And I literally went in detail, stage by stage. Like, what worked, what didn't work, and stuff like that. Would Lark Scene be counted in this setup? Send me the setup. If you guys want to send me setups on Discord if possible. If you're not part of the Discord, you should be part of the Discord. What is this now? This is a stream to figure out, or at least attempt to figure out, to see if we can find a beginner setup that can beat stage 13 of the Lark Scene event. Okay. and it has to be as beginner as possible. If we need to, we'll throw in some more advanced medals slowly, but only if we have to, okay? So basically, in a nutshell, the goal is to see what is the absolute bare minimum that you need in order to beat Larxene, okay? And we want to hopefully make it a beginner setup, okay? Or at least use medals that beginners would have, I should say, okay? That's the key thing right there. I'm gonna let it. In terms of Keyblades, that might be a little iffy. I mean, especially with the buff cap now, it might not be as big of a deal. I don't know. Keyblades might be a little iffy. We'll figure out Keyblades, I guess, when we get to that. But yeah, that's the goal anyway. So if any of you guys would like to help, feel free. I figured that I might as well stream this because I figured maybe some people would, like, you know, actually enjoy the challenge to help, you know, of trying to figure out what's the minimum and stuff, and like maybe help me out, have fun with it and stuff like that. Do we have a time frame that we're establishing as beginner class? I'm not really going by time frame. I'm going by more like, I'm thinking more along the lines of like what a casual player, who I would kind of associate as like the same as beginner player as well, what would they have type of thing. So like, for example, a casual player might not log in all the time. Okay, they might, for all we know, log in once a week, or even maybe sparingly like every other month or so. So they might entirely miss out on certain events. So taking into account as well that beginner players, sure, they might be logging in more often, but at the same time, because they missed out on so many past medals, they're not going to have some of the more recent stuff type of thing. So it's just more of the kind of, what's it called, limitations I'm working around are like, what are the type, like using the medals that we can get in normal pulls on the average banner, okay, using just those type of medals, non-exclusive medals, I should say, okay, can we possibly beat Larxene, okay? The only exception to this rule would be any previous tier 5 prime medal. That would be the only exception, just because of the fact that those banners were like, you were able to at least get a 6-star version of those medals. You were able to at least get a 6-star version of those medals in just one pull, okay, which is what I advised at the time too. So like those will be like the only exceptions. It's possible they might have it at 7-star too, for all I know, whether they've been playing more or whatnot, or they just happen to pull a 7-star version or whatever. So 7-star versions of prime medals are okay. But yeah, tier 5 prime medals should be all right. The good ones anyways. So this is kind of the challenge. I had tried out a setup earlier. So like, for example, stage 13. One example setup that I tried earlier was basically this, but instead of Mickey, I was using the Cloud Medal. I should also say Mickey is probably one of the only exceptions as well, just because of the fact that like you were able to get him in one pull. So, but yeah, this was my original setup that I was trying to do. 6-star in each pull, good choice, Night Parameter. Yeah, 0.2 carries and stuff like that. So like, it's just more of mine, like what would a casual or beginner player likely have, and trying to make a setup that can beat Larxene at stage 13. That's the parameter, okay? And then if we can't figure anything out, we can slowly creep our way up to using like more advanced stuff, or more exclusive stuff. But at the very least, we want to start off with the bare minimum. That's the thing. The problem with this event for beginning players is that they deal with a single counter. Yeah, that is the problem, okay? But at the same time, there is a solution to that problem though, and that is the frozen medals. They provide +3 counters, and on top of if you use 2 of them, you get max buffs. So, in terms of the counters, it's not hell for a beginner or casual player. It's still, at least I would hope, it's still possible because these do provide +3 counters. So you can get Larxene up to 7 counters. Yeah, no Demix Plus because we have no idea. Because of the fact that that was like what, a few months ago, we have no, like, there's no guarantee that a beginner or casual player is going to have Demix Plus or even have pulled for it in the first place. On top of the fact that, like, they just might have not been around at the time. They might have not joined at that time. So in a nutshell too, because they're beginning players or casual players, there's a very high chance they will have almost none of the meta turtle battles. So turtling is out the window. Okay. The fact that turtling out the window really complicates things. Hold on. It's going to be a tough one to crack. Yeah, exactly. Now you feel my struggle sometimes. This is the type of stuff that I end up trying to research. It's kind of why I never end up really uploading a guide of any sort for these events. Just because of the fact of how, like, specific my OCD... I don't have OCD, I'm just saying it, like, as a figure of speech. But, like, of how, like, specific my OCD is, like, or the researcher in me, I guess you could say, is like, gah. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear the word guide, I'm expecting, like, a thorough step-by-step guide on how to beat something, okay? So, usually when I see other people post guides, I'm like, yeah, you're telling them a way to beat it, but it's like, it's not a legit guide, at least to me, or at least what I would expect out of a guide in my mind. So yeah. Demix Plus makes most setups usable. Yeah, that's the thing. Pretty much most any of the recent turtle medals would make most setups usable, but complete should be complete. I want I want the bare minimum, and that's always the challenge when these events pop up, and it's also kind of why I never, like, part of the reason why I don't actually get to upload guide videos for these events is because of the fact of, like, because it takes me so much time just to research that one specific thing when I have other stuff I have to work on as well. I very typically just don't have time to actually research these events, which is unfortunate. Like, even right now, I still need to film the Larxene banner advice video sometime after the stream, and post it sometime tonight. On top of the fact that I have, like, 2 or 3 other videos in mind that I need to work on this weekend. I've been wanting to make a video for the longest time going over what the current meta setups are for every single Keyblade and stuff like that. So basically almost like a video version of what's currently on my meta tab on my website. Okay, like, I just want to make a video of, like, that, basically. That's something I've been wanting to do, like, for quite a while now. I wanted to hopefully do it every month, but, like, just because of how much time I know it would take to do that every month, I'm like, maybe every once in a while. So it's like, I just have a lot on my plate. Do you reckon we'll get any more Christmas-related things, such as events and banners during the month? What are we, we're like halfway through the month already? I mean, we might get a couple extra events and stuff. Chances are, I wouldn't doubt it if we get a special raid boss during the competitive raid week that's, like, Frozen themed or something. Might be the giant snowman or something, I don't know. Abominable snowman. Something. I'm not expecting anything more than what we've gotten in the past for other events, such as, like, you know, a special raid boss. 1 or 2 kind of like beginner level events type stuff. Kind of like what the current level is right now. The one we got today. The Gifted Heartless or whatever they're called. The Lure Heartless. I haven't even done it yet. This one, the Lure Gift Shadows. Like, if we get anything, it's gonna be stuff like this. What's up, Abu? That's such a strong sentiment to convey. I think the same. They don't explain the mechanics, dynamics, just some copy and paste setup. Yeah, that's part of my my problem, Matthew. It's like the last guide video I did in the matter that I'm talking about was for Alexius Plus. I can even post it so you guys can see like what exactly I'm talking about too, in case you're interested. Hold on, let me get the link real quick. Okay. There we go. So this was the last like actual guide video for an Organization 13 event that I did. And I literally, as far as I'm aware, went, at least as far as I remember anyways, went stage by stage and told like every minute difference in my setup that I used to beat those stages. Okay, that's what I did. If we need to, we can end up doing the same exact thing for this stream as well. But I won't need to go through all 13 stages if I'm able to beat the 13th stage itself with some sort of beginner setup. Okay, or at least as close to one as possible. But yeah, I even had it in the description of like that Lexius video, like literally every single revenge counter HP value. Like I actually sat here in my room and would do minute differences in my medals, so that way I can get try and find as close to the actual like HP bar values as possible for where the revenge value was on Lexius, for example. Like it's stuff like this that like that it spends so much time doing. Really gotta create a second Google account for this stuff? What? Let's see. Can you use the Black Friday banners? The only the Black Friday banners were, I would say, okay, so in terms of the Black Friday banners, or any recent banners, I should say, for that matter, okay? In the very beginning of us trying things out, it's gonna be a no, okay? Because we're trying to stick to stuff that are like in average pulls, like a normal person, like a casual beginner player can normally get in a random banner pull, for example. So like if I go to draw odds on the Kyrie banner, for example, and I just scroll down, okay? I can see all these generic ass medals that are in the list, okay? These are the type of medals I'm talking about. Like a random person can easily just get in a random banner, okay? None of the exclusives. So like for at least the very beginning of the research, we're gonna avoid the Black Friday deals, but as we continue, if we can't really figure something out that works, we can start throwing in, you know, slightly stronger medals. Like, so like for example, at first we might not include the Prime HD King Mickey, okay, even though he's an easy Prime to get a hold of, like the tier 5 Primes were. At first I'm not going to do that because I want to stick to just tier 5 Primes if possible, but then if it's like, okay, this is not going to work, let's try King Mickey now, see if that makes any difference, and then like baby steps essentially, okay? Up to the point where like, yeah, we can do most recent stuff that were like 5-pull merciable, such as the Black Friday deals, all the way up to like, you know, veteran status stuff. It's baby steps. Let's see. I hear you. I want them to use this and you win instead of maybe do this and you could do that. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Steven. I want to try and find stuff that's like if you have it, it's almost guaranteed that you will beat it type of thing. Let's see. Okay, gotcha. Are they gonna? Okay, yeah. All right, but anyways, so just for the sake of showing this, in my initial stream for Larxene as well, I beat her without even really paying attention. I literally just had on autopilot, so I still didn't even know much about her, like what she had. It wasn't until earlier today when I started doing this that I was like, oh shit, Larxene starts off with +7 defense and like strength buffs. I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, look, I mean, yeah, this was like a setup I used. It sucks. I don't really have gauge restoration here either, which kind of sucks. 4 gauges. How much do you refill? I think it's 3, right? Yeah, it's 3. I might have to replace. Let's replace you with a Kyrie. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll just stick with that. Or was it? There it is. Let's see. I appear here tanking with only Violet, to be honest. At least I think it did. I would have to refer back to myself. No, that's fine. That's fine. But the thing is, Abu, most beginner players are probably not going to have Violet. Most beginner players are not going to have pretty much any legitimate turtle medal. Hold on, let me show you my medals real quick. Okay, so this is pretty much, as far as I can tell, almost a complete list of all of the all of the actual legit turtle medals in the game. Okay, the ones at least that provide general defense buffs. Okay, let me show you. Just take a look at that. Okay, Demix, that was exclusive. Nominate EX Plus, that only comes in exclusive banners. Violet was a special event exclusive. Zexion is an Organization 13 exclusive. HPO never got seen again aside from that one time it was farmable. Okay? Which is unfortunate because HPO is a really good medal. Like, honestly, they should just have HPO as a medal in Union Cross for beginners to get a hold of, because it's not medal at all whatsoever. Like, it's not going to be enough at all whatsoever for beginner players to like beat hard content. But at least it should be there for them to like have, if you know what I mean. So like that never saw its face again. Judy and Nick rarely sees its face ever as well. Christmas Sora is one of the few. Wait, did I have already useless event? What? Hold up. What did you say? Are medals that don't have -60 defense already a useless event with the buff raise? That's not even proper English. Anyways, Christmas Sora is probably no. Actually, what's this? I feel like this was one of those event medals too. I think so. But where is it? Pinocchio is probably one of the few medals in the game that you can naturally get, I think. Vexen Plus is an Organization 13 exclusive, and this is a VIP exclusive. Like, pretty much any new players are not going to have pretty much any of these turtle medals. Let's see. Are we straight up helping the new... Yeah, we're basically straight up helping the new players. Okay. Or at least trying to create setups for new players. Why don't they just use a friend turtle medal? That is true. That is true. But you also got to keep in mind, okay, that a new player just joining the game, chances are they're going to join a party who's full of new players as well. Or, you know, beginning-ish players. So, chances are those other players are not going to have any legitimate turtle medal either. In which case, that still doesn't apply. Use Mrs. Incredible? We can't use Mrs. Incredible because that was a event exclusive medal. Okay, we can't get that in normal pulls right now anymore. And it's very unlikely they're ever going to reprint her either. It's like, even for the strength debuffers, because right now general defense buffs are just as important as strength debuffs as well. In terms of strength debuffs, Vexen Plus, exclusive. Prime Mrs. Incredible, exclusive. Zexion and Demix Plus exclusives. Okay, Chicken Little VIP exclusive. All right, the only medals that people could actually get right now that are like turtle medals are like HD Zexion, and I think maybe last year's the original Tier 7 Ava EX potentially. I don't know. Are the old full tailors in normal pools now? I think they are. I think I've gotten a couple of them before. I think I've gotten an Envy, like a Tier 7 Envy beforehand. Let's see. Yeah, no, there's AviEX. So yeah, the old foretellas are included. Okay. So yeah, like the Tier 7 HD AviEX could be a possibility, like stuff like that. Very festive, Brian. Hey, thank you so much, Resi. Oh, let me turn on this. In my streams earlier on Twitch, I was playing like Christmas music and stuff like that, and you know, it's just jolly good time. But I can't do that here on YouTube because, you know, copyright stuff. I don't want to be striked or have my money taken away from me, even though I hardly make any in the first place. Okay. Just join a pretty good party. Oh, you say that like every beginning player can just join a pretty good party then. I highly doubt there's a party only with new players. No, there's a lot of parties with just new players. Because here's the thing. Here's the Abu. Here's the thing though. Because when you how do you think about joining a party, for example? Okay, as a new player, when you first come into the game, to join a party, or like after you learn the game, you learn how to play and stuff like that. What's the first thing you notice when like you in the tutorial and stuff like that, and when you do quests and such? Let's go into a quest real quick. Alright. Story. Quest. Okay. Story quest. Whatever. Right? Yeah, you do your setup. Okay, cool. Whatever. This is the setup I want to use. Okay? Look, there's friends. Alright? If you're not in a party, this friends section is filled up with a bunch of random other players that are around your player level. And chances are, they're going to have a bunch of, like, the beginning Donald Duck things. Okay? They're not going to have good medals. Or, you know, more recent meta type medals or anything like that, okay? It's possible you might be lucky, you might find something like that, but this is pretty much all they're going to see. So, chances are, this is what's going to happen in terms of recruitment. Hold on, let me go home menu. There are parties that only accept newbies just to pile out. Yeah, no, there are. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying, for the average new player, it's not as likely. That's what I'm saying. So it's possible that people might that they might either be recruited, okay, usually by a say like a casual party, okay. And another thing is like they might go looking for parties themselves, okay. And the thing is like if they personally start trying to look for a party. Here's the thing, even if they go looking for a party stronger than them, because of the fact that the party is stronger than them, there's a very good chance, but there's a good chance that the party leader of that party that's receiving the request might say no because they see that like it's a beginning player, okay? It's like they might consider him too weak to join the party. Like even I have to do stuff like that. I mean, like it's a little bit different in my case because of the fact I'm a top 10 party, so it's like even regular people who are not beginners, I have to like be like no. I have to be very strict about who I accept and like yeah, just accept and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different for my case, but even like before I was top 10, I would still have to like I would still ended up with like no, saying no to beginners and stuff like that. So an average player might say no to beginners and stuff like that. In which case, the more likely parties to actually accept a beginning player are going to be, well, a party of beginning players or a party who might be intermediates. Okay, at like most is like intermediate players. Like casual players, maybe like casual players who've been playing for a while but like don't take the game seriously, so they'll just accept anybody. Like those type of parties, okay? Those are the most likely to accept them. No VIP medals too. Yes, correct. No VIP medals. Because those were all past stuff, and very possible that any of the relevant VIP metas for that matter are not going to be accessible. What's the current VIP medal right now? Oh, it's that Kyrie and Shion medal. If I'm a new player, I would join friends who have some sort of knowledge, or get into some mediocre party with those that can guide and carry me until I get my bearings. True, but the thing is, I